I'm Aimee Williams and I'm from Michigan, sort of near Llantrysyn.
I'm Alex Evans and I'm from Merthyr.
Fy enw I yw Arwen a fi'n dod o ardal Caerffili a fi'n byw yn Gylfach Bargoed.
Ethan Hopkins and I'm from Cymru in South Wales.
Jakob dwi'n dod o'r Barry.
Rwy'n Jakob a rwy'n dod o Llansewel yn Casualty.
My name's Kiren and I'm from Leicester.
I'm Sanders from Cardiff in Wales.
Fy enw yw Morgan Parry a dwi'n dod o Tregarth.
I'm Naomi and I'm from Pontyclun.
I was on furlough from working in River Island as a retail assistant. Before then, I did some work for Guerrilla Group, and that was after I just left school for sixth form.
For the apprenticeship, I was in university studying photography. However, I felt that route wasn't the best for me.
Wnaeth I dechrau apprenticesiaeth urdd chwaraeon, ond nes I sylweddoli dyma beth fi moyn mynd mewn i, so oedd rhaid I fi wneud y penderfyniad I gadael yr urdd. O'n I yn lifeguard I Merthyr Tydfil Leisure Centre, so fi'n gweithio fanna fel casual. A hefyd o'n i'n coach I clwb nofio. Fi dal yn coach, ond oherwydd ni ddim gallu nofio, fi ddim yn gallu coachio.
I was working in JG Sports in Cymru, and I worked there for over a year before I started this apprenticeship. And then sort of outside of work, I was just building my portfolio in photography and trying to just get as many experiences as possible. Yeah, I finished my A-levels doing media studies, and then I went into retail to sort of gain experience because I hadn't had a job before, just to get used to sort of being out in the real world, I guess. And then once I felt as if I was more confident and ready to go into the career I wanted, I decided to go for an apprenticeship rather than go into university or something like that.
Yn apprenticeship, nes I dechrau wneud bach o waith fel chredwr trwy wneud dailies ar dau raglen, The A-List a Casualty. A wedyn just cyn yr apprenticeship nes I wneud bloc fel chredwr ar Casualty. Nes I wneud profiad gwaith ar raglen Netflix. Nes I rhywun fyna rhoi cysylltiad I fi. Wedyn nes I bobl y cwm am wythnos a brofiad gwaith. A tra fy mod I yna, nes I gyrfa rheolwr cynhyrchu oedd yn gweithio ar Casualty. A nes I danfon fy CV atyn nhw, wedyn nes nhw cynnig dailies I fi.
Ro'n i'n gweithio mewn McDonald's llawn amser, sefio lan am car really, ond ro'n i'n aros I rhywbeth yr hyn dod allan a dod mas.
Prior to the apprenticeship, I was mostly working receptionist roles and within the hospitality sector.
Before I was working in retail, I've worked in retail since I left school, so about 4 years. I tried to keep my retail jobs as creative as I could within them being retail, so I did a lot of makeup jobs, and I was always seeking out opportunities within the TV and film industry, so I was signed up with a casting website to try and get some extra work in. I was lucky enough through one of my jobs to now have a very good friend and former colleague who I did some podcasts with at the WMC, so I've always tried to wiggle in a bit of the industry into my still retail jobs.
Fi'n cael y apprenticeship yma, o'n i'n trio creu bach o gyrfa i'n hun fatha ffotograffydd freelance ac o'n i'n gweithio yn bar cocktail yn Nghaerdydd.
I was a junior administrator for an engineering company. I was making invoices, giving out engineers jobs, and just doing basic administrating tasks. To gain more insight into how the industry works, you know, how you hold yourself, and also at the end of it with the qualification to maintain a career within the creative industries, whether that be in the camera department or lighting department.
Dwi'n gobeithio cael profiad yn y gweithle er mwyn mynd ymlaen I weithio fel freelancer yn yr diwydiant ffilm a teledu.
First and foremost, I'd like to achieve the qualification. I think that would be really helpful. But I'd like to, at the end of the year, be in a really good position to actually kickstart my career and hopefully build up a lot of knowledge, but also like a catalogue of contacts that I can just use further on in life to just keep me going, really.
Looking forward to being on set and to meet and network with as many media professionals as possible, and I'm hoping to learn as much as I can about camera work, shooting on locations and the challenges that are faced in shooting.
Gobeithio wneud ffilmiau fy hun, ond cael route easy mewn i'r career a just path.
Gobeithio cael y siawns I weithio ar gynhyrchiadau gwahanol. A hefyd cael y siawns I ddysgu mwy am y diwydiant yn ogystal â gwneud mwy o cysylltiadau.
Mainly experiences, I think. I just want to be doing things that I'm interested in and learning from people who know a lot more than I do about the industry, and to just sort of look back at the end of the year, because it's obviously not going to be everything I want to do for the rest of my life all in this 1 year. It's going to be things that I wasn't expecting to do, but I just want to look back and know that I've gained experience and I've had sort of fun doing it as well.
Rydw I yn gobeithio cael fwy o profiad o gweithio yn y diwydiant, so fi'n cael fwy o hands-on experience a just dysgu wrth I fi mynd ymlaen a gwella pob dydd, really, a just joio a gobeithio joio pob dydd a pob eiliad fi'n cael.
Well, after this apprenticeship's over, I'd like to be working in the industry. I'm sort of leaning towards camera operator or something along those lines, but I would like to try other things and see what suits me best.
Actually, when I first applied, I was like, get out of the house, something to do, not from furlough, see people. And then it sort of like, I learned a bit more about it through like reading, and I did shamelessly do a bit of Googling of people. And I just realised that like part of what I already knew was that I wanted to be in the industry, and then the other half was like to gain a bit more of like formal training. So like you guys always say, it's like a safety net, and I think that would be like, so I could be like, I'm really not enjoying this, and sort of talk to you about it, and you could be like, well, why don't you try this? And that idea sort of fit better with me, because I could think, oh yeah, I really want to go into casting and like do all this stuff. And you could be like, well, why didn't you try this? And I think that it's a little bit like a comfort to know that somebody's like sort of like looking after you a bit. And that's what I really liked about it.